Hello, friend. As you can see, my recording has once again messed up, and we have already built the second floor by the time I am recording this intro. Alright, friend. Um, once the area becomes more lit up, we are going to continue building the house. For now, I'm going to test with some different links. Doesn't look bad. I'm gonna use it as an accent. There you go. That should lighten up the area. I think so far that is the best option we have. I apologize if I sound tired, friend. I spent the night with a friend who has been featured on this channel before. My mind is wandering. It's never very long between my recording sessions, yet I always find myself glad to be here. Always eagerly anticipating the day I get to record next. The editing portion of these, however, does not as much excite me. Me and Mori, the friend I was discussing earlier, have also talked about potentially releasing some clips from that world, displaying our pets' names, which are quite odd. I think it would be a fun experience and something that would also help us both gain more traction. Not only that, but the idea seems entertaining. It's not always easy getting things done, even when it seems straightforward and like it would be. The truth is, for most people, that a simple task can be a lot more daunting. Which is why I appreciate that it's been so easy for me to make these videos. I get to do something I enjoy while sharing it with other people. And that's something that makes me quite happy. And sometimes I get to enjoy something I like with other people, something I enjoy even more. To create, to love, to lose, all are very interesting concepts to me. The art of creation, something that most everyone can do. Yet, so many people choose not to nowadays. I can't say I blame them. Creating is hard. It's hard for me to create something new into the world and bring it to my best vision. But I still try. I try because who else will? I try because I want to. This is something I want to do, even if it's only for a relatively short time in my life. It's something I wanted to pursue, so I'm pursuing it. I think my house is gonna end up looking dumb, friend. But that's okay with me. What matters is that I'm having fun making it. I'm having fun spending time here. Just creating simply for the act of creating. What we make doesn't always need to be shared with others. Sometimes it can just be something we share only with close friends or with no one at all. But I like to share. I like sharing experiences with my friends, showing them things I do and getting their opinions on them. It's not because I need their validation, but simply because they are someone I enjoy having around and I want them to know what I'm doing. I want them to get to experience what I get to do with me. Experiences is one of the most precious things to me. I know that with and without my friends, I'll be able to persist through my daily struggles. But it's nice having company with me and people who can relate to a few of the things I experience. After all, relatability is one of the most important factors of friendships. If you're with someone who's completely different to you, of course, that doesn't mean you can't be friends or more. But being able to relate to someone, at least in the beginning, can help you make a strong bond. Are you together with someone? Even if that tie breaks, it's important to hang out with people you know and the people you love. Because you never know what they're going through. You never know what struggles they go through on a day-to-day basis, and you never know how they see the world or other people. And sometimes we don't always have the best. And that's okay, friend. You don't have to do your best 100% of the time, but you at least need to try. Try to be there for your friends. Try to be there for yourself. Don't give up on your hopes and dreams because they seem too far away. Because we, as a human race, have reached the stars one day. And we've done it as a team. And if a team of people can reach the stars, and every day people do tests, study, work hard for their livelihoods, can as well, even if it doesn't seem worth it, or you don't even know how long your existence will last, and you don't think it will last for a very long time. Despite how depressive I've started off this episode, I've actually become less depressed. And I have my friends and simply aging to thank for that. And it's comforting. It's comforting knowing that any goal is possible as long as you set your mind on it and you try. I don't expect YouTube to work out. I'm very much expecting it to fail, really. And I expect that potentially by the time I'm full grown, that I'll have already moved on. and found another hobby or side quest to distract myself with. And that's okay. I may not continue doing videos forever, but the videos I do have will be posted forever, even if one day something happens and the videos are deleted. There's always the possibility that someone will save them. And through them, I'll live on. I'm sorry if I concerned you with that, friend. I'm not going anywhere, not for a very long time at least. And you do not have to worry about me giving up on videos anytime soon. For I will continue to make them for a very long time. At the very least, a few years. Though of course if something happens, I can't exactly predict that. And I'm sorry if it does. Because I want to be there. And I want to see you grow. I want you to see and try to become a better person, even if you don't believe you can be. Because it's important you don't give up, even when it's hard. You can do many things in life, and giving up is one of the most regrettable. So, friend, I ask that you try to pursue your dreams, even when it seems hard or like the trouble would not be worth the risk. Because you never know. Someday my videos may get popular and shared to several thousands of people. Or someday I stop uploading, and that's the end. No matter what the outcome of my channel is, I'll be satisfied. Because I began, and I started. And that's the best I could have asked for, and I'm keeping going. Even when sometimes it feels hard. And it's hard to move or get out of bed. I still try. On a brighter note, to talk about something a lot lighter and a lot more interesting, my snake and I are finding each other to have very similar personalities. We both often like to hide, and are not very social creatures. Though I appreciate her company, and I believe she appreciates mine in return. And we live in a quiet existence together. You watched me build Legos yesterday, and it was very fun. I love learning tiny little things about her. Perhaps, friend, we should build a farm while we wait for spruce trees to grow. After all, I need quite a lot. Or perhaps I get sand. Yes, sand. I need sand. Someday, I'll stop uploading videos, and someday, Mori will finally post a collab video. Not to throw shade on them, of course. But they are one of my greatest friends. When I first started getting back into Minecraft, one of the first few foods I really enjoyed making was pumpkin pie, because it gave a lot of hunger, and I was very appreciative of that. Thus, my obsession with pumpkin pie, though in real life I've actually never tried pumpkin pie. I do hope you find my videos relaxing. After all, that's the point. To take a step back from your worries and to relax and just listen. You're not expected to perform or to socialize, just to simply exist. Maury recently sent me a video on TikTok. It was, you may or may not know it, of Charlie Slimesicle in the Colonel Cornelius Cornwall outfit, throwing it back with the music, three ladies in the back seat singing to you, and it has been playing in my head non-stop for the past several hours, including when I was playing with Maury. Speaking of Maury, I can't guarantee when the next part of our collab will be, simply because of our differences in scheduling and, well, because of Maury's current fixation on a realm we're quite familiar with. That, of course, being Minecraft. That being said, it will more than likely continue once summer begins. Or we'll start a new collab. Though I'm willing to bet if we ever do have a collab. Speaking of Maury, they also stream on TikTok if you're interested, and I recommend just checking them out in general if you're interested. While they may not have similar content to me, they're still a very talented person, and they're trying their best. And it's important to support people, to support each other in the world, because, like I've said, you never know what someone is going through, and you never know what someone's trying to achieve. I'm not putting windows on this side or on that side simply because, well, there's really not much of a view. That being said, if there was a massive cave, I probably would have put a window to it, but that's simply for my fascination of them. As you may or may not have picked up on, I quite like exploring. And if Maury were here, he would say, "No, really." Because he knows I like to run off. It's not out of malicious intent, it's simply because I see a fun-looking area and I go, "Ooh, fun-looking area." And I do hope I don't irritate him too much when I do. Often, in order to be able to do things, I've had to bribe myself with rewards. So, in order to get through testing, I've bribed myself, and if I am able to get through my last hard test, I'll be able to gain a game which you may or may not have heard of. It is not, however, a game that I would be playing on this channel because of the sensitive content involved. And if it is not already known, I enjoy playing games that you would probably not expect me to play, given that I'm a very, I would say, at least a calming presence and seem more on the chill gamer side. I have also gotten a good review of the game by Mori. That being said, the Moth does have a large collection of games, so I trust his opinions. It's strange how things have developed over time. Though that could just be my own personal opinion. The concept of time itself is quite odd. We just all decided that this was how time worked. And we kept going with it. And it's changed. And it's grown. Until the point we're at now. Such a beautiful thing. The cycle of changing. And one that's in almost everything. The very world around us changes. The very people around us change. Practically nothing in the world is still, and I think that's quite a beautiful thing. Nothing is ever the same, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's all completely different. There's still bits and pieces of people you knew, still the same spring and winter that come every year. But it's different. Nothing is ever completely the same. Even when people get older, they change. No matter how old you are, or how young you are, they're always changing. I think it's a beautiful thing. To never stay still, to never be the same, even in one singular moment to the next. Because it doesn't mean you're someone completely different all the time. It's simply that you were one way before, and now you're a new, different, unique way. To stay the same, to be forced to stay the same, it would be torture. You would never be allowed to do something different. It's often why I believe that scientific stories go into concepts such as time loops. You're stuck doing the same thing over and over, forced to never be allowed to change. It's a horrible fate. Because without change in the world, we would not have so many wonderful things. We would not all be unique. We would not be diverse. we would be a sad peoples. But instead, we're all unique, we're all different. We all deserve to be loved in our own unique ways. The concept of love reminds me of someone I remember dearly. Someone I held close once. I hope he's alright. This build might not even stay the same. Other than the fact that it's a work in progress, I may at some point decide I want to completely change. After all, it's only a starter base, so I suppose the idea that eventually it is going to change is not too far out. Even the inspirations I once grew up with have changed. Either no longer doing kids content or no longer doing Minecraft content. The world's always revolving. The world's always changing. And while change can be scary, I'm here. And I promise that you'll make it. Even though it's scary. Even though it may be hard sometimes. You'll make it. I plan on going more in depth on the interior at a later date and time. But for now, I'll just work on the main exterior of the building. I remember once that I had built a house, and I had to watch it burn as lightning struck it, and it was unfortunately entirely made of wood. It was quite an unfortunate event, as I had to watch something I had worked hard on burn. But it was a learning opportunity. And now I know not to make my houses entirely out of wood. And I'm thankful for that, even if it cost me some pain. Hello, friend, and welcome to the end of the episode, where, as you can see, we've made quite a bit of progress today. And some progress that wasn't shown on camera was me making this loft. Goodbye, friend, from your friendly Eldritch Comfort.